Hi and welcome to Kerry's Cards. Thanks for popping along today and trying out this tutorial. Hope you like it. I've designed a tabletop or desktop calendar, sort of pen and notepad, sort of notelet holder, I suppose. You could put post-it notes in there, but I've got these a pack of 800 sheets of white note paper that I measure 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches. So about the same size as a square post-it note. So that's how I've designed it so that it'll fit in there like so. And also got these little desk calendars. It reminds me of being at primary school, actually, little when we used to do them as a thing, but I thought we'd be a grown-up version today. So we have here I'm using Petunia Pop and some lovely patterned papers from the Thoughtful Journeys. So these are 6x6 pieces of paper, double-sided, so you can pick which colour you want to use for paper. But what we need for this little project here is one sheet, just one sheet of A4. This should also work for the US version of card paper. And then the one sheet of 6x6. So let's get crafting. I've already cut one piece in pieces here. So using my trimmer, I've cut along the short side at 3.5 inches. So that's this piece here, which should be 3.5 inches. We're then going to score it at 1/2 inch all along and 1 inch all along. What we're going to do then is twist it round, and I want the next piece to cut at 2.5 inches. And then we're going to take that and we're going to score at 1/2 inch intervals all along on the short side of the thing. On my trimmer, I like to twist it round because it's got more support across the top here to keep it nice and straight. So that's the first one that was all scored. Then we'll take our other long piece here. Now this needs to just be trimmed to 9 inches in length. So you are just taking a little slither off. When I say a slither, I mean a slither. Okay. And then we're going to score this one at 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 4 3/4 inch, and 5 1/4 inch. So that's our scoring done on those two pieces. Then we take our second piece of card. Now this is what's left over of the A4 piece. I'm not actually going to cut this. If you wanted to, you could cut it slightly smaller, but I like to have a little bit of an overhang from where my boxes are going to fit. So we're just going to turn this round so there's no waste. Then score at 4.5 inches on the long side, 9 inches, 10 inches, and 11 inches. So that's all our scoring done. Whilst we've still got our trimmer here, I'm going to get a piece of patterned paper. I think I might just use that one. I'll keep going otherwise if I keep looking for my favourite, because they're all my favourites. And we're going to cut our little pieces of paper now for the back piece there, and also the front piece that you can see here. I'm going to cut those. I'm going to actually concentrate on using this part of the pattern here. And if you have got a pattern on yours, make sure that when you cut it, it's going to be up the right way. So I know that there, I need to cut at, this bit needs to be at 2 1/4 inches. So I'm going to twist it around. So 2 1/4 inches. And it's going to be by 3.5. Let's just check that I'm on 3.5 inches. No, it's 4 inches. I knew I'd check. Glad I checked. 4 inches because I thought it looked a bit bigger. 4 inches. So that's that piece. And that's the spare piece left over. And then we'll take the next layer, which needs to be at 1 3/4 inches high. and it needs to be 4.5 inches wide because it's just slightly wider, the back pieces, and this piece is going to be sat across the top bit there. Okay, but we won't put that together yet, so we just need 2 pieces of DSP paper, pretty paper, and then let's get sticking this all together. It doesn't take long at all. So taking our largest piece, we're going to fold a mounting fold first, and another mounting fold, and then our next one is a valley fold, and then another mounting fold. So if I did that too quickly, so there we are. You have, can you see, a mounting fold, valley fold, mounting fold. And the reason being is once you fold all those down onto themselves, it should create a little square bit for you. And this is where we're going to pop our glue on this piece here. And we'll do this bit first. I'm just going to match the sides up. And it should fold flat, so you should be able to just fold it down like that and press and hold. Okay, and that creates our little V shape for the base. We'll then I'll leave that to dry there. We'll then take our smallest piece, and this is going to create the pen section there. Fold all these over. Make sure that they're nice and neat edges. Do it nice and hard now, or firmly now, then it makes it a nice square shaped, and it holds its shape better when it's put together. It's quite fiddly because it's so tiny, but it's great because it holds the pen in place. So that's one done. Let's do this one. And what we'll do afterwards is we'll cut our shapes out that we need, that we no longer need to make this box work. And put them together. And this last 2. Okay, so let's take our small piece first. Taking a little pinking scissor snips, I'm going to cut down to the second score line. Make sure you go all the way down to the score line to make sure that they fold up properly. So I've gone down to the second score line, each of those, then turn it around this way, and we're going to cut the first all out. Go down 1, leave 1, go back up 1, and then back up to 2. So that's the shape you should have for your box. It might be better if I turn it that way around. Okay. Then what we'll do is we pop some glue on this piece, and it folds round and on top of itself there. And this is creating our little square box. So you should be able to flatten it and press and hold it nice and tightly, and that'll make a nice firm seal for the glue. Then we test it round, and we've got our 3 flaps there. I'm going to fold those 2 in, and then this one here, the last one, I'm going to pop glue on this piece here, just on that. Actually, you could probably do it on all of it actually, to make sure it's a nice secure, and fold it round and onto the back. And what we're doing there is we're creating a really nice solid base that the pen will sit on. So if you pop the pen in a bit too hard, it won't come through the bottom. Okay, so that's our little pen pot holder. We'll then do the same in terms of our cuts here. So we're going to cut all the way up to the second score line, and again up to the second score line. Another one, and the last one. Then we're going to do the same bit here. We're going to cut off the bottom bit because we don't need this piece here. I'm going to leave that one, and we're actually going to leave this one then we're going to cut off this piece here. Okay, so that's the shape we have here. Now what happens, we're going to do exactly the same in this piece here. Let's get rid of that piece of card there. Glue on this tab here, just down to that bit, not the tab bit at the bottom, just that piece. Then we'll bring it round and we're creating a bigger box this time, because this is what's going to hold the paper in. So you hold it flat like that and you get a nice solid grip, like so. It should be able to flatten it, because if each side is the right length, you should be able to flatten it and then move it to make the square. So it should fold flat. Once that's given a bit of time to dry, we're going to make a nice tidy inside bit for the paper to land on. So I'm just going to take that bit off there. If you find it doesn't go down nice and neatly, just trim that bottom bit off there, or any bits or any corners. Your little snips. Yeah. Fold that one in. Then these two can fold in over the top, and it keeps it nice and tight. And then this bit makes a nice little wrap, so you have a nice tidy bottom to your paper holder. And this is where you can put all your glue. And the reason I keep these tabs on is, again, to keep it a nice tidy sides there, so it looks nice and clean. And then just fold and wrap it round. So that is creating a nice solid box for you to store the paper in, or your post-it note, whichever you prefer. Okay, so there we have our two boxes ready to go onto our base. So from here, the bits where we've got our backing, so you can put glue down here and here to glue these two pieces together, just to give them a little bit more solidness, if I want a better word. Now I've just realised I've put my pen pot on the opposite side to where it is already on the display one. So on this one, I've attached the glue pot, the pen holder, to this side. On this one, my pen holder's on this side, so you might want to decide whichever works best for you. It doesn't really matter. It's 6 2/3, I think is the same. So once you're happy that that's now stuck, you can then put glue all over the back. Now this is why I've put this back piece on the paper section, so you've got more area to glue onto here. Whereas if you'd done it with little strips like 1/2-inch tabs there, you'd only have had glue areas, and also it's quite hard then to slot the paper in and out. So then whilst this is now nice and flat, so keep it nice and flat, pop your boxes on to the very bottom of that, so it's level. So you see it's flush. Yeah, so it's nice and flush. And just press and hold, and you might want to use a bone folder or a pen or something to go inside and just make sure that that glue is well and truly stuck to that card. Okay, so then we'll get our 2 strips of paper. And we'll pop that first one on there, like so. Pretty. And this one should be just the right size to fit there. And I've done it so that it covers the gap on the pen holder. You obviously don't have to do that. You could do it so that you've got 2 pieces if you want to strip there and a strip there, but I felt that was a bit tiny, that strip, so I've just done one big one to go across the top. And then we need to get one of our calendar pieces. And pop that on there. And hold that in place, because this obviously you want to make sure is well and truly stuck down, because you don't want people pulling it off when they pull the month off. And hey presto, there we have a pen. And let's get our note papers ready to go in. And there, voila, we have one more desk tidy. Nice little desk calendar with a pen. Here's a couple of others examples that I've made. I gave as gifts for Christmas presents to people. I wrapped them up different colourways. That's the black and green, which I thought was quite funky. A pink one. I also got some, I'd say, naughty pens with naughty wording on. Not really naughty, but made me giggle anyway. So there you have it. So some different ideas to make your own. Hope you enjoyed crafting. And let me know how you get on. Many thanks for watching. Take care. Bye bye.